everyone, Megan with Campus Recreation here. Thank you for joining me for this week's episode of Nutrition Intermission. As I mentioned in our highlights, we are talking about the most important meal of the day. Yes, that is breakfast. I'm sure you've heard at one point or another in your life that we do consider it to be the most important meal of the day. But breakfast means exactly as it sounds. We are breaking the overnight fasting period. So many of us have gone maybe 10 to 12 hours since we last ate. And breakfast helps us replenish our supply of glucose, which boosts energy levels and alertness. And it also provides us with essential nutrients for overall health. The benefits of eating breakfast range from improving energy levels and the ability to concentrate, assisting with weight management, and reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. However, breakfast is often the one meal that a lot of us tend to actually skip in our day. So let's break down why breakfast is so important. The body's main go-to source for energy is glucose. You know this from when we talked about carbohydrates a few weeks ago. Glucose is broken down and absorbed from the carbohydrates that we eat. Our body stores most of its energy as fat, but it also stores some glucose as glycogen, which happens to mostly be stored in our liver, with some smaller amounts stored in our muscles. So during times of fasting, so overnight, the liver breaks down glycogen and releases it into our bloodstream as glucose to keep our blood sugar levels stable. This is vital for our brain since glucose is our body's go-to source for energy. In the morning, after we've gone, let's say, up to 10, 12 hours, your glycogen stores are going to be low. So once all of the energy from your glycogen stores is used up, your body starts to break down fatty acids to produce the energy it needs. Without those carbohydrates, fatty acids are only partially oxidized, and this can lead to reduced energy levels. So when you consume a well-balanced breakfast, it boosts those energy levels and restores those glycogen levels as well, and it helps to kickstart and maintain our metabolism for the entire day. Breakfast foods are also typically rich in key nutrients such as folate, calcium, iron, B vitamins, and very importantly, fiber. Breakfast provides a good portion of our daily nutrient intake, and people who eat breakfast are more likely to meet their recommended daily intakes of vitamins and minerals than those who do not. And although the research is ongoing, or it has been shown that people who regularly eat breakfast are less likely to be overweight or obese. So eating breakfast may help you control your weight because it prevents those large spikes and sudden drops, which is also known as the roller coaster effect on your blood glucose levels. And this helps to control appetite. So breakfast also helps you fill up before you become overly hungry, so you're less likely to just grab whatever you have nearby or on your way. And when we do that, we typically choose more high energy, high fat foods that have those added sugars and added salt that we've tackled during numerous episodes. And additionally, breakfast helps boost our brain power. So when you don't eat breakfast, you might find that you feel a little bit sluggish and maybe struggle to focus on certain things. This actually happens because your brain hasn't received the energy it needs to get going. So studies suggest that not having breakfast affects your mental performance, including your attention, ability to concentrate, and memory. So this makes some tasks feel harder than maybe they normally would. Next, compared with people who don't have breakfast, those who regularly do tend to have a lower risk of both obesity and type 2 diabetes. There is also some evidence that points to people who don't have breakfast may be at higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Also, people who eat breakfast generally have more healthy diets overall. They have better eating habits and are less likely to be hungry for snacks during the day than people who tend to skip breakfast. Also to note, children who eat an inadequate breakfast are more likely to make poor food choices, not only for the rest of the day, but also over the longer term of their life. So what effect does skipping breakfast actually have? So those people who skip breakfast tend to consume more snacks during the mid-morning or afternoon, and this can be a problem if those snacks are low in fiber and vitamins and minerals and are high in fat, salt, and added sugars. So without the extra energy that breakfast can offer, some people do feel lethargic and turn to high energy food and drinks to get them through the day. While skipping breakfast is certainly not recommended, good nutrition is not just about the number of meals you have each day. If you don't have breakfast, aim to make up for the nutritional content you missed at breakfast with your lunch and dinner. So I want to tackle a few healthy breakfast food ideas. First on my list is Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. So this is a good protein and fat combination that can give you a great feeling of fullness that might last a little bit longer through your morning and mid-morning, getting you maybe through to lunch. So you can mix in those fruits and nuts and even maybe whole grain cereal. Great options there. One of my absolute favorites is any peanut or nut butter and a grain. So another good healthy fat and protein combination with the peanut or nut butter. This does pair well with a high fiber slice of toast, maybe a whole wheat freezer waffle or whole wheat English muffin. If you do have a peanut allergy, avocado is another tasty topping for toast. And if you add a side or slice or a little bit of fruit, you can get in a serving of fruit at breakfast time. Oatmeal is quick and easy. This also pairs well with berries and other fruits, some nuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. Great topic and trend is those overnight oats. These are a great option as well. You can prepare them the night before, throw them in the fridge, grab them, they're ready to go. If you like a savory option, an omelet, so an egg or tofu veggie scramble using maybe some leftover veggies from dinner the night before. You can maybe pair this with black bean salsa and maybe some cheese and a whole wheat wrap. Make those ahead of time. You can eat them chilled. You can microwave them. Great portable, quick breakfast. And if eating something is not really your thing, there's really no law against drinking it. So a breakfast shake or smoothie with fruits, veggies, you can get some more veggies in there in your breakfast, maybe a yogurt or oatmeal to thicken it up, avocado as well. Just a great option to get some good vitamins and minerals in the morning. So a lot of times I hear from people, I just don't have time for breakfast. So I want to make this point. Early starts to our day for those of us who still have long commutes or maybe busy morning schedules with kids. We just don't take the time to sit down for breakfast before getting to whatever it is in our day. Just whatever your reason is for not having time in the morning, I just want to encourage you that you can still try and fit breakfast in. So some tips that I have for you is maybe think about preparing some quick and healthy breakfast foods the night before or maybe over the weekend or when you have a little bit more time in your schedule. A pre-prepared breakfast means you can grab it and you can eat it at home, on your way to wherever you have to be in the morning, if that's work or dropping kids off, whatever destination that is. Keep some breakfast foods on you that are non-perishable. So in your work bag, in your purse, in the car, at your desk if you're working on site, just to have those great options to grab. Get in the habit of setting your alarm 10 to 15 minutes earlier than usual and just give yourself time to have breakfast. Breakfast at home is even better. So, spoiler alert, this one, it probably hits home for a lot of us. It hits home for me. Let's swap out any time wasting habits in the morning. So things like checking our emails, scrolling social media. Let's swap that time and use it for breakfast instead. And we did mention just, getting stuff prepped, getting it done the night before. This frees up time in the morning to actually sit down and have breakfast. So I definitely would encourage you, if you can make it happen, please do. Breakfast is really, really, really important. But for those of you who just absolutely can't stomach breakfast in the morning, I get it. We should try, to start our day with a well-balanced meal. But if you just have a hard time facing food in the morning, remember that what you eat over the course of the day is more important than stressing over forcing yourself to eat in the morning. So a few helpful tips. Maybe try reducing the size of your meals in the evening and eating them earlier so you're hungrier in the morning. Maybe look into some new recipes and stocking your pantry or fridge with some different options to increase your appetite or that are more appealing for you in the morning time. And it doesn't have to be those like normal breakfast foods. So whatever you're feeling like well balanced, go for it. And then maybe try some portable breakfast ideas so you've got some healthy options ready to go when you actually are ready to eat. Maybe that's more like mid-morning. So I hope you found this information and some of these tips and recipes helpful for tackling breakfast. Thank you all for joining me for this week's episode of Nutrition Intermission. I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Have a great day, and we will see you all soon.